Hi guys, and welcome back to the catch-up. We are very excited this week to be joined by the lovely Vicious Van GoGo, who's taken time out of her Swedish tour to join us, and also she's taken out a time of seeing the lovely Swede her, who you might see in the background at different times, to talk to us and answer the questions that you, the guys of Roller Derby, have put forward for me to ask her. Hi then, GoGo.
Hello.
So, first question comes from Darren Chadwick, and he wants to know, how did you come to get your name?
So I got my name by brainstorming with my sister. We kind of I wanted to come up with an artist name, so she and I kind of tried to come up with some punny, clever things. And at the time, when I started in 2007, you had to use two evils. You would type your name in or whatever your suggestion was, and if your name was too close to somebody else's, you couldn't use it, or you had to ask or try and find some other alternative. So I really wanted to use Vicious Van GoGo, because my favorite artist is Vincent van Gogh. So when I typed it in, it seemed close, but not too close. But I was like, maybe I should keep searching. So I kind of kept searching for different artist names that I came up with. Jackson Wallop for Jackson Pollock, and my favorite, Pinchy Da Vinci, which was actually given by another teammate, and that became my dog's name. I ended up deciding that I really loved Vicious Van GoGo because I wanted something that was tough and fast. That was sort of the idea I was hoping to go for whenever I started Derby. Yeah, I think it kind of stuck and fit. I love the name.
That sounds really good. It's a lot better than basically what I did, which was just take my last name and cut it in half. So, well done there for being slightly more original than probably what most of us have been. Next question then, from Mama GoGo, who I'm sure you're very familiar with. She wants to know what you're going to miss most when retiring.
When I retire, I will miss skating. I will miss the camaraderie of teammates. I will miss that feeling of when I'm jamming and I make it out of a very hard pack, and I smile at that taste of freedom, and I'll miss jumping the apex. I'll miss the crowd cheering. I'm excited to be watching the sport. No, I'll just miss every sight, smell, taste, everything about the sport itself when I retire.
That's really sweet. I think that was a really, really heartfelt thing to say about the sport. And it's that thing, isn't it? It's not just a sport. There is so much more about roller derby that when eventually we do decide to retire from it, we will miss.
Yeah, truly.
So, next question from a regular question asker of the catch-up is from Tomahawk Banks, a good friend of mine. He wants to know, what inspired you to start playing this wonderful sport?
Well, in December 2006, I got invited to go watch the Texecutioners play Tucson, just to kind of go check out what roller derby was. A coworker of mine, her wife had just joined derby, and so she was like, come watch it and see, you should try out. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll come check it out. And I went to the game, and it was in a skating rink. There was a disco skate in the middle. It was kind of dark, and I was like, what is going on? The game started, and I found myself yelling and cheering for a skater named Lucille Brawl. She was jamming, and she just was giving it her entire heart. And every jam that she went in, I just was in awe of how much she was leaving on the track. And I thought to myself, I want to do that. I want to play. I want to be in this atmosphere. This is amazing. And I knew by the end of the game, because I had lost my voice, that I was sold on roller derby. And that came January in 2007 is when I did my tryouts, like a couple of weeks later, and I was in.
Fantastic. Do you have any skating experience before you started playing roller derby?
I skated in junior high, and I worked at a daycare portion of a skating rink in high school, and I got my first pair of skates there, and I used those my rookie season of skating, actually, my hard candy roller skates with the nylon plates. I wore those to the ground, but I didn't really have much skating. In fact, we had to do a skills for our tryout and everything. The only two things that I got really high marks on was that I could kind of crossover and I could turn stop.
So, next question from none other than Papa Suts. He wants to know, why do you wear bandanas?
I wear bandanas because I look good in them. No, I, yeah, it started off a little bit of fashion. I wore a bandana for the Executioners. I also was thinking about how I was going to answer this question because I also wear the bandana because I sweat a lot. And you would think like a bandana would be extra hot and everything, but I also just use it to kind of dab a little bit, to dab my sweat a little bit. That sounds bad, but that's part of the reason too. It's fashion and function, so that's why. And
Right.
I actually really love his hashtag, so I kind of want to use it forever.
Awesome. So, next question from Brittany. She wants to know, what has the sport taught you?
I guess the sport itself has taught me to be tough, to be resilient, to work on not just a physical aspect of like who I am, to try and be stronger physically, but also be stronger mentally. I really have evolved from the beginning of the sport. I feel like I kind of came from like a little bit of a little sheltered life, and it kind of allowed me to step out of that shell and not just, I think more the people encouraged me to be myself. I think the thing that sport has most importantly taught me, I'm trying to think of like all the millions of things I could possibly say, but I think the best thing would be probably just to be myself. I think it opened up a free space to kind of figure out who I am, like a big goofball or, just I love to tell jokes, I love to smile, I love to be encouraging, and I like to work hard. I like to work towards a goal. And I think the sport has pushed me physically and mentally, but I think the people in the sport have really just encouraged me to just be myself. And I think that's one of my favorite things about it, is that we all just lift each other up and try to encourage everybody to embrace their own selves and not be afraid or be somebody that they're not.
How do you think that's kind of helped you become like a positive role model for younger women?
I think in that regards then is just translating that, kind of mindset to the younger generation of just be yourself and embrace every wonderful thing about yourself. And, with, that confidence, with being yourself comes like an empowerment. With that, then you're learning new skills to take onto the track with you. That grows into confidence with your skills on the track and also confidence in yourself off the track. And I think anytime I'm working with like the Gotham Juniors or any young people that I've gotten an opportunity to skate with or to coach, I really just try and encourage them just to be themselves and really embrace them as themselves too.
Okay, so that kind of brings me to the question that I think everybody wants to ask you, and that is, have you actually retired?
Well, I have retired from Gotham. I knew this past season was my 10th season, and I knew that I needed to take a break. Kind of feeling, I don't know, I had let a lot of things in my life sort of slide to the side because I put Derby first, as we all do. But, and I have no regrets for that, but I kind of thought maybe I need to take a little break and set a little bit of my life, as a priority. And what I'd really like to do is be a children's book illustrator. And so I would like to put a little bit more of my spare time towards drawing and illustrating and practicing and building a portfolio and all the things that kind of come with that. And as we all know, it's kind of hard to compete at a D1 top team level with all the workouts, the practices, and everything that comes with it to kind of commit that extra time. At least for me, after doing it for 10 years, I was like, okay, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to do that. And then as soon as the last game happened, I was like, I don't know I don't know about that. Like, yes, I need to take a break, but at the same time, I still love skating. I love jamming. I love blocking. I love roller derby. And the thought of leaving it is insanely scary. And it has been my community and my life for 10 years. So on one hand, I'm like, I need to go and pursue this part. And then on the other hand, I'm like, but I still like playing, I'm still pretty okay. So maybe I should just keep playing. So I may be just the worst retiree ever. Who knows? This is where I'm at right now. So I'm sort of in a limbo as of right now. I'm drawing a lot more, and I just put my skates back on. So I don't know if the 11th year will mean that I can find a balance between the two, but I'll take what Susie Hot Rod advice she gave me at the end of the year, which was find what's going to be fun for you. Make skating fun for you. Find what's going to make you happy. And that's sort of where I'm going with skating and with life right now. Yeah.
I think basically it comes down to that absence makes the heart grow fonder as well. We remove ourselves from something that is like such a big thing in our lives, and we realize how much we love skating.
Yeah, it's true. I also had sort of an identity crisis when I said that, and I was like, what am I doing? Who am I? What's going on? And then, I skated a little here and there. I got the opportunity to coach at Beat Me Halfway, which was a lot of fun, and I got to skate in some games there. That was directly after champs. But then it's been so long since I've skated, and I just skated at the Stockholm practice on Friday, and putting my skates back on, I was like, I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if I'm going to be any good. It's like riding a bike. What was I thinking? Like, I'm not going to do okay after not skating for 2 months. But yeah, I just kind of was like, oh man, this is so much fun. And I blocked, and it was great. So I don't know.
So obviously, as we've already said, you're out in Sweden having an amazing time visiting Swedehurt. How's that going so far?
Amazing, fantastic. I think that I'm gonna move here. Just kidding. Yeah, just kidding. No, it's been beautiful because it's snowing, and I missed a little bit of winter in New York, so it's really nice. We got to go to a scrimmage on Friday, and I got to skate for the first time since champs, which was tremendous. I was saying that I felt bad that I got to skate with Swede in the first half, but then they ditched me over to the other team so she could beat up on me in the second half. I think she planned it that way. Then we went to the sauna today and hiked around, and that was an experience. So we have a lot more adventures planned for the rest of the week, but it's absolutely beautiful here. So come and visit. Oh, we went to Gothenburg, this past weekend, and that was a lot of fun as well.
I understand that you're doing you've done several boot camps while you've been out there. What's that been like? How fun are the Swedish people?
They're so fun. It was really such an honor to be asked to come out and do these boot camps. The first camp that I ran on Saturday, I think we spent like maybe 7 hours in our skates on Saturday, but the first camp I ran was with the Gothenburg girls, the skaters, and they were just a lot of fun, really focused, and had a few good laughs and a lot of really great drills. They really soaked it up and really caught on. So I had a really great time with them. And then we bumped over and skated with the Gothenburg men's team, the Salty Seamen. Am I allowed to say that? It's just a fish. But we skated with them for a little while. Kimbo had been running most of that boot camp, and Gina came in and helped coach the last little bit of that, which was a lot of fun. Man, a full day of boot camp is always really draining, but they really gave it their all the full rest of the day. So it was really good. And then Dock City that night with the entire league. And despite like really tight conditions, like they just worked super hard and had a lot of fun with them, talking about some different skills and offense strategies and stuff. So it was great. I had a really fantastic time at all the boot camps. And I even have coming up on Wednesday, going to be skating with the Stockholm girls, doing the boot camp with Swede that day as well. So I didn't expect to do so much derby here, but man, I'm so happy that I have gotten the chance to.
Or so much derby since you've retired.
Yes, since my retirement.
So a question I've been asking everybody that comes on the catch-up is, what is the current setup that you're skating?
The current setup that I have is Moda. I've got the Mojo boot and the Boss plate. I got them at the beginning of this year. They actually looked a lot different than what they look like right now. I kind of did some little tweaking at the end of the season on them. But yeah, I called up Julie and was like, I want to give them a try. And I really love the lightness of the carbon boots and the quick reaction that I have from having that lightness. I was joking with Diva and other people that when I first put them on, like I really struggled with my crossovers on my speed lap because I wasn't used to having such a light foot, and I kind of had to refine my stride, but it looked a little bit ridiculous trying to skate, but they're absolutely light and fantastic, and I really love them.
Obviously, as you know, I'm a massive ambassador of the motor skate. I would say, same as you, the lightness of the boot, at first I did actually feel a little bit disconcerting, particularly with the plate. The plate is just so light that when I first started skating it, I was a bit tentative to actually commit fully into it. But then when you build that confidence with the plate and you realise how well made this plate is, then you just absolutely fly with it.
Yeah, my first practice with it, I remember just being so impressed with how responsive they were and so just happy that I was able to maneuver and move the way that I wanted to, and just completely fell in love with the plate itself, the lightness of it too. The entire boot, the whole setup being so light has really changed my game a lot too. I think a lot of jammers can say that. And blockers too, but like I know as someone who's trying to sneak through a pack, lightness has really helped.
Awesome. So, talking to some of the people within the roller derby community in the UK, I heard a little rumour that you guys might be even coming over to the UK to do some boot camps, or maybe could be persuaded to come over. Is there any truth in that?
I can be persuaded with chocolate to do anything. Most anything. I approve. Sweet making cases. Yeah, Kenbo really talked about that previously. I love the UK and would happily come over with him to do any boot camp. I have to find the time for it and everything like that. So we've been talking a little bit, and just contact him. He's better at the social medias than I am. So I would love to.
So, in a really sad way, that kind of brings the end to this interview. But I understand that you're able to introduce our next guest on the catch-up.
I would like to introduce someone who is near and dear to me because I am in her home right now. I met her way back in 2009 and have loved her ever since. She is the most amazing and joyful and exciting player that I know. I love her as a teammate and a friend. She is my all-time favorite Viking. It is the beautiful and glorious Sweetheart. Here. She's here, everybody. Look. Oh, do I recognize Viking horns? Yay.
Awesome. So once again, as at any time with the catch-up, if you want to ask the lovely Sweetheart, who I get to co-captain with in the very near future, if you want to ask her any questions, then just either comment below or message the Facebook page for JumpTheApex. So, unfortunately, that brings an end to this interview. Once again, I've been Toots.
I've been Vicious Van GoGo.
I'm Sweetheart.
This is JumpTheApex. Commit and take flight.
On the count of 3, everybody run back to your fantasy.